begin with the Leibovit VR Sequential Expert in this first video. Following is the Leibovit VR Directional Expert, and in the final third video, Leibovit VR 2-Day Expert. Leibovit VR Sequential Expert displays all historical and current positive VRs and negative VRs from the market data selected. Leibovit VR signals can provide, in my opinion, some of the best leading reversal and trend continuation signals available in the financial trading industry. Having done this for 30 years and have just authored the Trader's Book on Volume released by McGraw-Hill, I can attest that Leibovit volume reversal stands above many indicators in its ability to provide early alert warning signals prior to major market moves. The VR Sequential Expert can also be utilized as a component in a trading system and allows for additional trading indicators to be applied to the same expert chart. Speaking of charts, let's get to some. Let's first look at the U.S. T-Bonds continuous daily chart. Notice that 9 of the 10 VR signals following the August 25, 2010 top were negative VRs, which demonstrated strong selling pressure throughout the decline. But getting down to the nitty-gritty, in the VR Sequential Expert, every VR on the chart is labeled. A positive VR, let's call it a VR plus for a positive VR, or a VR negative for a negative VR. A number is also displayed next to each VR identifying how many successive VRs have occurred in the same direction. VRs are assigned the following numbers in sequence, 1 to 5 and 6 plus. If a 6 plus is displayed after the VR, it means there have been 6 or more positive or negative VRs in a row. While the chart will display the number as 6 plus, the VR Trader Sequential Expert commentary will display the exact number of successive VRs in the same direction, inclusive of the most current VR signal. In that regard, the visual on the screen of the Leibovit VR for international business machines on September 22, 2009, and this is the expert commentary. It says right there, negative VR plus signal. This makes 7 VR plus signals in a row. So in the commentary, we can see it, but not necessarily on the chart. In our next example of the Spider S&P Brick 40 weekly chart, you can see a set of sequential positive VRs as price consolidated at the low, followed by a positive VR and the trading range breakout. But more importantly, just to the left, you can see before that rectangle there was a VR 6 plus and another VR 6 plus labeled. That sequence is telling you that, again, there were more than 6 VRs, and it was displayed because of limitations of Metastock as a 6 plus twice. So again, you have to look for the commentary once that number reaches 6 plus to know exactly how many VRs are occurring. Looking at the screen, I put up the QQQQ daily chart from September 2007 to February 2008. If a VR sequence occurs in close proximity to another, this can indicate a buildup of directional pressure. When tied to other indicators, VRs can identify and confirm a trend and act as a leading indicator alerting to a trend change. On the left side of the screen, we see a cluster of 5 straight negative VRs around 54, showing intense distribution of shares at the October 2007 top. On a weekly basis, we can see a similar pattern looking at the Bank of America weekly chart. 6 negative VRs established that sellers were distributing shares over $50 prior to the 2007-2008 financial meltdown. This is a cluster again, but on a weekly basis, but still very much a cluster, and we can see that the negative VRs are moving to lower prices through this sequence. The VR Sequential Expert will also display if the VR signal was confirmed by volume and price follow-through. An example here on the screen is a COMEX Copper Continuous Weekly chart. A follow-through will be displayed on the bar immediately following the VR signal bar if both the volume increased and the price moved further in the same direction as the VR. The bar immediately after the displayed VR will be colored in the same color. So looking at the left side of the screen, we see a negative VR3 in red, and immediately following that another red bar indicating that volume and price were both moving in the same direction. That is, price was declining and volume was increasing at that time. Negative VR as a key breakout point showed strong selling pressure here in that COMEX Copper Continuous Weekly chart, as you can see. And then at the bottom of the chart, 2 sequential positive VRs at the 2009 low provided evidence that the trend was changing back to the positive. One final example we're going to look at is the COMEX Silver continuous 60-minute chart. This is an example of how sequential positive VRs confirm a price advance and some negative VRs confirm a price decline. On the left side of the chart, notice how two sequential positive VRs provided confirmation of a price advance until the negative VR on December 7th signaled that sellers were gaining the upper hand. Two subsequent negative VRs on December 9th and 10th at the 2,900 level provided evidence of resistance that eventually led to lower prices.